group to us in terms of going forward, in terms of charity work and everything else. And I must say, you know, it's a bit mind-blowing of the numbers we have here this evening. And I want to really thank you all for making an effort. There's a lot of people travelled here. Okay, I live in Maynooth, but there's an awful lot of people who travelled far beyond to be here this evening. And that says a major commitment to Maynooth Kilcock Lions and Addiction Recovery Ireland. And we'll talk about those two charities later. But, like every night, we have somebody who is very special who's here this evening. And that is Sherrie Gearheart. And I'm delighted, she only arrived in Maynooth yesterday from Chicago to give support to our European Youth Charity Ambassador, who happens to be Emma Gavin. And this is really something special for all of us living in Kildare. And a leaving student from Maynooth Post-Primary School. They have a charity that has helped relieve the stigma of bullying in schools, drug abuse, peer pressure, etc., etc. Ladies and gentlemen, I would hope you give a real warm welcome to Sherrie Gearheart. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sherrie Gearheart, and I just want to thank the Addiction Recovery Ireland for having us here this evening. As I stated, I'm Sherrie Gearheart. I'm Miss United Nations 2015 from Chicago, Illinois, USA. I am founder of Tiara Magazine, a pageantry and fashion publication read in 177 countries across the world. And here with us today, we have two of our title holders. We have Emma Gavin, our Miss Worldwide Teen Ireland Ambassador for Live Out Loud charity. We also have Brittany Gallarneau, our Miss Worldwide Teen USA Ambassador for Live Out Loud charity. And at the end here, last but certainly not least, the beautiful Mrs. United Nations, Tes Scanlon. So we use pageantry and fashion as a way to bring awareness to Live Out Loud charity. I started this organization 6 years ago after losing my childhood friend to suicide. And he was only 19 years of age. And since then, through media and through television, radio, and different appearances, we have been able to educate over 80 million individuals worldwide. We have been able to educate the public on the signs of depression and suicide, which is what I will do here with you tonight. And the correlation between suicide and substance abuse is a very strong one, which is why we're here supporting the Addiction Recovery Ireland organization. So we're very proud to be here tonight, and we thank you, Joseph, for starting this organization. Suicide is a worldwide issue. Did you know that it claims the lives of 1 million people worldwide every year? Did you know that suicide, there are 20 million attempts worldwide? 20 million, can you imagine? That's a lot, isn't it? And did you know that Ireland has the second highest rate in all of the European countries? So what we plan to do as an organization is use the model that we've used in the States, which is we produce fashion shows celebrating men and women of all sizes, heights, ages, and ethnic backgrounds to celebrate life and to educate them on the signs of depression and suicide. We are going to bring the fashion show here to Ireland to bring together our youth to celebrate life and to save lives. Does that sound good to you? Yeah. Will you support us? Awesome. Thank you. Worldwide issue, and that is why we have our worldwide ambassadors here with us. These young ladies at 16 and 17 years of age have done suicide interventions. They've shared their story of overcoming being bullied in school, primary school, and they have not only been courageous, not only have they been lifesavers, but they've been role models. And we're so grateful to have them representing our organization. Thank you, girls. To save a life. According to the QPR Institute, there are 2 causes to suicide. The first being depression. Now, it is said that all of us will have faced depression at least once in our life. How many of you have been through hardships? Raise your hands. Just raise your hand. Everybody. I know everybody has been through hardships here. Yes, we have. And those hardships have made us stronger, and they've made us better, and they've made us more compassionate, haven't they? Yes, they have. So what I tell people is, we can use our hardships to save a life, and I'll go into that in just a minute. So the first cause to suicide is depression, the second is substance abuse. And this is why the organization you're supporting here tonight is so important, so that people have somewhere to go to overcome their addiction. So now that we understand the two causes to suicide, depression and substance abuse, we know who is at risk and we know who we need to talk to, right? So what can we do? I'll give you the 3 steps. They're simple, but they're very effective. The first step is question. Question the person. We must break the silence in order to save a life. We must ask the question, are you suicidal? Oftentimes I have so many models and parents come to me, I'm worried my loved one is suicidal, I don't know what to do. Have you asked the question? Have you asked them? Well, no, I didn't know I could. Yes, you can. We must break the silence. We can do better to save lives. So after you ask the question, remember to be compassionate. Oftentimes when you're going through depression, it feels like you're never going to come out of it, and it's very scary. And it's very hard to face that. So when you're compassionate, I said earlier we've been through hardships, right? So this is step number 2, which is persuade. Persuade them there is hope. There is hope. We can overcome this, and we can overcome this together. So question the person you are worried about, persuade them there is hope, and refer them. There are amazing resources, and I know we have over 40 listed on our website at liveoutloudcharity.org, and the hotlines that we have listed are free, confidential, professional, 24 hours a day. Sometimes it's hard to talk to your wife or husband. Sometimes it's hard to talk to your boyfriend or significant other. But those hotlines are there with people, and it's confidential. They care. And when you call the hotline, always give out these resources to the one you care about. You never know when they're going to need it in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. or in the afternoon, right? These resources save a life. Another one I want to share with you is powertochange.org. Powertochange.org. You can sign up for an email mentor that has been through what you've been through and has been able to overcome it. And Good Samaritans here in Ireland has an amazing hotline as well, which I'll share with you at the end. So it takes just as much energy to dream big as it does to dream small. So let's dream big, let's save lives, let's create a drug-free world, let's create a world of happiness. So thank you so much. Together we can save lives. Thank you.
Thank you.
To introduce myself. My name is Brittany Gallarneau, and I'm completely humbled and honored to be here from the U.S. to support such an amazing cause. And I want to thank you all for being a part of this amazing movement.
Thank you.
I just want to say a huge thank you to Addiction Recovery Ireland for having us here today. You've grown so much over the past year, and I'm so excited to see you expand and grow even more. Thank you.
I just arrived this morning from Washington, D.C., and we've had such a warm welcome, and I love everything about Ireland and can't wait to take all of this information back with Live Out Loud Charity and your charity and grow it there too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody there, giving their contribution. Lions Club, Maynooth Kilcock Lions Club, we would normally have our own functions here over the years, but this year we decided that we would link in with Addiction Recovery Ireland, and it was the best thing we ever did because we learnt about another charity that does massive work. And it's funny, you get involved in your own charity and you're trying to bring that on and do other things. We do huge work with Vincent and Paul. We have been involved in different places in the world. We do things, but today is a bit special for us this evening because we're so proud to be involved with Addiction Recovery Ireland because we've learned what they do, and it's given us another focus on charities that are out there that you just don't know because you get stuck in your own charity and you're working away. And it's great that we met Joe Sherman and Lee Mead, who brought a different kind of view on charities to us, and it kind of opened your mind, and we're all in charity because it's all voluntary. There's no paid people in our charities. We're all there. Every euro goes right in to helping others. And it's probably my great pleasure. There's two people here this evening, both presidents of both associations, and I would like them to say a little few words. I know you're at a dinner, you say speeches and all that, but we'll keep it as short as best we can. But there are two people who've headed up charities, and to me, they're both special. And I know you'll give a warm welcome to Arthur O'Hara, President of Maynooth Kilcock Lions Club.
District Governor Marion Keneally, ladies and gentlemen, as President of Maynooth Kilcock Lions Club, I'm delighted to welcome you all here tonight to Barmerston Castle for our annual dinner dance, and to thank each and every one of you for attending and supporting. Firstly, I want to give a big warm welcome to our District Governor, Marion Keneally. Marion is the first lady to be elected Lions District Governor in Ireland. I know, Marion, that you have a very hectic schedule, and we really appreciate you taking time out to be with us tonight, so thank you. As Ronan related there, this year's dinner dance has been organised in conjunction with and in support of Addiction Recovery Ireland. We were very pleased to welcome them to one of our meetings, and we were so impressed with what they do and the way they came with a large number of people and explained everything to us, that we were able to to support them in a fairly reasonable way, more or less on the spot. So it didn't take much for us to decide that yes, they're very special and that we should do something more for them. And we're really delighted that they have come on board the way they have, and they have brought such a lot of support to tonight's dinner dance as well. I think it's pretty exciting. As we gathered here tonight, it was great to meet all these people that have come. And Addiction Recovery Ireland are in no small way responsible for doing most of that. Joe, as Ronan said, will speak to you after a while and explain a little bit more about it. So I want to pay a tribute and offer thanks to all of the members of Maynooth Kilcock Lions Club. We have a great membership made up of some absolutely brilliant people who think nothing of giving their spare time to do the kind of work we do. It's at this time of year as well, it's unfortunate that we have to remember some sad events, and during last year we lost one of our great stalwarts, Cecil Lyons. Cecil was a giant among giants, both at club level and at national level, and indeed at international level. He travelled the world with Lions, and he's sadly, very sadly missed. So we'd like to offer continued condolences to his family, and may he rest in peace. We welcome new members and say goodbye, and a big thank you to those departing, such as David Kent, who has returned to his native upstate New York, minding his father, upstate New York in the US of A. Next I must pay a very warm tribute and commend our dinner dance committee. It was led by Victor Egan, Ronan Tuig, J. Barry Williams, Austin Brady, Joe Sherwin, Liam Mead and Scott Wallace. And a special thank you to Scott, you're up there somewhere, Scott, for providing us with a beautiful meeting place, because we met once a week. I'm afraid I didn't make every meeting, but we met once a week to arrange this dinner dance, and Scott kindly provided facilities to us at his domain architect's offices in Maynooth. An incredible amount of work has gone into arranging the dinner, so I would be very grateful if you could maybe give all of those on the committee a resounding boulabus. I think you can work out, Scott, what that is. Boulabus. Scott is, as you can imagine by his name, he's Scottish. So it's a real clangor of a name, like, you know, great name. I also wish to sincerely thank our other voluntary charitable organisations that we associate with. Organisations like the Seroptimists. Ladies, thank you. I know you always support us each year, and we hope we can reciprocate for all your events as well, which we intend to. Also, Men's Sheds Association in Maynooth, we have Barry Williams and John Fleming, and also, of course, the local chapter of St. Vincent de Paul. Barberstone Castle has played an integral part in our annual dinner down the years, and although he's not here tonight, we wish to thank Ken Healy and his family for the tremendous support that he willingly provides to make the Lions Club dinner dance so successful. So thank you very much, Ken, in your absence. Now, I won't delay you much longer. I've been ordered to keep it snappy.
What's your definition of snappy?
I'm not dressed appropriately for that. Right. Lions Club go back a long way. It's a secular, non-political service organisation founded by a chap named Melvin Jones. And he comes from a city some of our friends here tonight are from, I think, from Chicago. He was a Chicago businessman, and back in 1917 he actually founded the Lions Clubs. So we're coming to our centenary. There are 46,000 clubs and more than 1.4 million members in over 200 countries around the world. And in Ireland we have 109 clubs and 1,388 members. One big thing about Lions is that every cent raised by Lions goes directly to the project that we're organising for. So just quickly now, a few of the projects we're involved in, and our principal one, I suppose, is sheltered housing in Maynooth, Selbridge and Kilcock. It's a classic example.
I didn't do that.
I've done that. I'm back. It's a class example of. Do I have that? Does it need something in the meter? I think it does, yeah. We're looking forward maybe to expanding it, and we hope it's in the good hands of Paul Fitzgerald, so I'm sure he'll do a good job. Another project is our annual dinner dance, which we have here tonight. Our Trabolgan holiday project. We sent 26 people to Trabolgan in 2015. Seniors, they had a fantastic time there. And I'd like to thank Liz Heffernan, Austin Brady and Ronan Toohey for their efforts in all of that. We have of course the Lions Tesco Christmas Food Appeal. That's coming up next month, and we hope to have our presence felt in all the local Tesco stores. Another big event we run each year is the Shea Curtin annual golf classic, and thanks to Paddy Doyle and his committee, this year was an absolutely tremendous success. We also have, for those serious thinking people, a bridge evening each year, and I think that's coming up in January, Peter. And I'd like to thank Peter O'Sullivan for organising that each year, and it brings in a nice little bit of income for us. We have the car boot sale then that I was kind of organising, you know, and it went pretty well there for us for a long time, but unfortunately it was only on public holidays we could hold it at the venue we were having it in, but we have a few new ideas coming up and we intend to get it back, going back again. But over the last few years, one of our biggest ever projects was raising support for the victims of Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines. We actually put together 61 one-ton builder sacks of vital supplies, and almost €7,000 in cash were collected and sent to the Philippines. That was all done by a fantastic community in the North Kildare area, and indeed we got help from other parts of the country as well. A massive effort was put in by none other than Farrell O'Boy, who couldn't make it just for the present time this evening, and he provided fantastic storage and sorting packaging space for us at his Olympic Cars facility on the Stratton Road. Our motto is that we serve. And I can assure you that every member of the Maynooth Kilcock Lions Club is committed to this motto. And I thank them most sincerely for all of the tremendous work that they do. Now, I hope there's a great atmosphere tonight, and I hope I haven't spoiled any of it, but you're laughing like that, Ronan. You didn't have to. But anyway, you know, I think you're going to have a fantastic night here tonight. We have some fantastic prizes, some fantastic auction prizes, so let you all that can and have here let it down and enjoy yourselves for the rest of the evening. Thank you very much indeed. There's just one other little thing I forgot to mention. We have Maria Butterley singing your entrance here this evening. Thank you, Maria, for putting on a lovely show. And then later on we have the fabulous Cadillacs. They are absolutely brilliant, and you really enjoy the night with them. So thanks again. And Ronan, thank you. You're an excellent MC.
Arthur said that it'll go on for too long. Arthur, when are you going for election? Anyway, as I said earlier, it's unusual for Maynooth Kilcock Lions Club to become affiliated with another charity. And through meetings, as Arthur referred to, my God, did we learn about another charity, and I'm absolutely delighted. There's so many supporters here of Addiction Recovery Ireland here this evening supporting that charity, and it makes a huge difference to us in Maynooth Kilcock Lions Club. So I would ask you to give a warm welcome to a very special person who's president of Addiction Recovery Ireland, Joe Sherwood.
Thank you very much, Ronan, for the introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank everyone for attending this gathering of socially conscious and proactive people who are looking to make a difference in the lives of those less fortunate than ourselves. From my experience as a counsel psychotherapist and a board member of Addiction Counsellors of Ireland, I have seen how suicide and homelessness are all too often interlinked with addiction. My journey in this area started many years ago in Canada. I did some time up in the Yukon Territory and in Alberta, and I do vividly recall as a young man meeting two expats from Ireland who had succumbed to the addiction. One gentleman happened to come from my hometown, and evidently over time he hadn't responded or called home. I was working in this laboratory in the far-off Fort McMurray, Canada, and we noticed that there were two gentlemen had arrived who didn't want to speak to us. We subsequently made inquiries and found out that they had come in to work, and they knew that we had been Irish, and they didn't want to take off the mask of protection. They had been recovering from addiction and wanted to stay anonymous. So this brought my attention to the fact that they were very lonely, forgotten, isolated guys. It was from that time forward that I commenced being actively involved. So I don't want to dwell too long. We're all here to have some fun. So we try to help those who are afflicted with the addiction, and we're starting off very humbly with the support being afforded tonight from your good selves. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. We undergo a lot of one-to-one counselling with people coming into our centres in Mullingar and Naas. At this time, we're very fortunate in having Ger Roach and members on our committee that are doing Trojan work for us behind the scenes. I don't want to spend too long on this speech because I know you're anxious to get up and get moving, but it gives me tremendous pleasure to see the turnout, and I want to thank at this time Ronan, Carla Boyd, Arthur, Marion, and all the girls from Chicago for their wonderful presentation. And I wish that we can all meet again, perhaps and continue the support of those in addictive lifestyles. No doubt Ireland today, a century ago, Ireland was falling from hunger. Today our people are homeless from addiction. So we're going to fight it straight on, and we're going to confront it, and we're not going to be beaten by it. We're going to open up, we're going to tear down the mask of protection and learn to talk and expose what's troubling people today. And we believe that with the awareness created over time, that people will be educated sufficiently in the area of addiction prevention. Suicide to us is far too common today in Ireland. As we all know, some members have succumbed, families here, and we want to try and interact before this goes out of hand. We do believe in addiction recovery. Ireland is heavily interlinked. So with that, I am going to conclude, and I wanted to say a special thanks to Lions Club Maynooth Kilcock and all of you people for allowing us to share this fundraising event with you tonight. Thank you again, and may God bless you.
Thank you, Joe. He underestimates himself unbelievably. You wouldn't believe the work he does. He's like somebody standing up there, he's nearly apologising for what he does, but behind that man there's an amazing, amazing charitable approach to lots of things, particularly addiction, which I think we looked about, you know, we're not too far in our own families and associated with it. Joe Sherwin, brilliant guy. Put your hands together for Joe Sherwin. The evening is going to, we need to move quickly on a number of things, and we have an auction, we have details of everything that's going to be auctioned. Fair play to Scott Wallace, he has things out everywhere, and so what we're going to do is, we're going to start with Ger Norris, O'Reilly's Auctioneers in Prosperous. So I think, you know, rather than flute around, and I know there's coffee and desserts and all that, I think we just get the evening going, because we have the auction, we have a monster raffle, and we have the brilliant, absolute fabulous Cadillacs to rock and roll us into the early hours of the morning. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm sure he's here. Yeah, oh, sorry. Ger Norris. What? Oh, sorry, Ger Nevin. Beg your pardon. Ger Nevin from O'Reilly's Auctioneers, and he has a prize, and let him off. Thanks, folks, for listening to us.
Thank you very much indeed. I was under hidden identity there just for a few moments. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this is always a chance to raise some very, very needed funds for your organisation here. And I'm sure you're going to be as generous as you possibly can be tonight. I think we're on the road to recovery, ladies and gentlemen. There's still a few quid around. You might help me out here tonight. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our first lot tonight is this beautiful watercolour painting of the old Lansdowne, the last matching Lansdowne by the fantastic artist A. Osborne. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to put me in? Put me in what? Put me in 500, anybody in 5, 5, 3, 2. Anybody at 200, start me off at 200, surely we're 2, anybody's money at 2. At 200, anybody at 2, surely start me at 200. At 200, 2 on me straight away, it's on the market and selling at 2. At 2, bid on me, wanted at 200, I have this beautiful watercolour at 2. At 200, I'm in now at 200, any advance on 2. At 200, anybody advance on 200, and 200, surely we're 2, anybody's money at 2. At 200, anybody in at 2, surely we're 2. A little bit more, I'd like 210, I'm bid now at 210, 210 I have now at 210. Selling at the table here beside me at 210, you all out now. I'm happy to leave it now at 210, all done, all out, and sold. Gentlemen here beside me, thank you very much indeed. Next, ladies and gentlemen, our second lot this evening is a 2-night stay in a balcony room with a sea view for 2 people, which includes breakfast each morning and a voyage seaweed bath for 2 in the most magnificent Strandhill Boutique Hotel in Strandhill, County Sligo. Again, worth €700 or €800, but who'll put me in at what? Put me in at 600. 6, anybody 6, 5, 4, anybody 400 starting off, anybody 3. At 300 for two nights stay, folks. At 200, anybody in a 2 should be worth 200. At 200, anybody in a 2 got to be worth 2. Anybody's money at 2 has to be worth that. Surely, ladies and gentlemen, at 200, 2 I'm bid straight away. It's on the market at 220. At 220, I'm bid now, ladies. Bid at 220, 220, I have 240. At 240, you get 260. At 260, 280, we round it up now at 280, 300. At 300, I'm bid now at 300. You all and you all out are very quiet on this side, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll sell them left at 300. We're getting more at 3. You all and you all out now at 3. This is for absolutely nothing at 300, ladies and gentlemen. And again at 300, at 3, at 300, and selling all the while at 300 euro. All done. Happy to leave it now at 300 euro on my left. Peter, so thank you very much indeed. Well done. Lots. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, is a one-night stay in the most beautiful luxury lakeshore hideaway wine port lodge in Glasson, very renowned place in Athlone. This is for 4 people, bed and breakfast in 2 lakeview rooms, which also includes a 90-minute boat trip on the River Shannon, a bottle of bubbly and homemade truffles in your room on arrival. Put me in again, anybody in who's going to put me in a 5. At 595, 4, anybody in a 3, anybody in a 3 at 2. It's surely worth 2, anybody's money at 2, anybody in a 200. At 200 euro, gotta be worth 2, anybody at 2, I'm bid. At 2, I'm bid. This is the best table in the room here tonight, ladies. You're all extremely quiet down there, and I'm going to sell it to at 2, bid on, you wanted at 2, you wanted, you all out now at 2. At 200 euro, bid on, any advance on 2, and selling at 2, we get the more at 2, you all done. At 220, I have. At 220, I'm bid now at 220, 220, I'm bid at 220, 240. At 240, I'm bid now at 240, 260. At 260, I'm bid now at 260, bid on, you wanted at 260. 280, I have. At 280, I'm bid now at 280, against you now at 280, be there all the while, only for 1. At 280, I said, 280, 300. A fresh bidder in a 300, any advance on 3. At 320, I have now at 320 behind you, 320 with on, you wanted at 320. At 320, you all out now and sitting at 340, I have now. On my right at 340, bid on, you wanted at 340. At 340, you all happy to leave it now at 340, any advance on 340. At 340, you won't get a chance like this again for that money. At 340, I'll sell them right at 340, you all happy to leave it now at 340. At 340, all done. All out now at 340, the hammer is up at 340, and sold. Austin, your buyer, whatever it is there yet. Thank you very much indeed. Well done. John O'Brien. Well done, John. Thank you very much indeed. Now, here's another really, really good one, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 4 green fees, along with a lovely lunch in the Palmer Room in the magnificent K Club. Hosted the Ryder Cup in 2006 and the Irish Open in 2016. For the 4-ball, ladies and gentlemen, put me in what? Put me in at 400. It's surely what 100 apiece. Anyway, put me in at 4, 3, 2, anybody in 2, just start it off. At 200 for the 4-ball in the K Club, and for lunch and all that, at 200. At 2 is going to be worth out of anybody's money at 200. Where's all that? 2 I'm bid and is on the market and selling at 2 he's sold at 2. At 200 bid on, if you wanted this good table again here beside me at 200. At 200, you all happy to leave it now at 200, now selling at 2, if we get more at 2. At 200 euro bid on, if you wanted at 200. At 200, 220 I have now at 220, I'm bid now at 240 I have. At 240, 260, 280, 300. At 300, 320 I have now at 320, I'm bid now at 320, at 320 against you. Selling on my left, if we're getting more at 320, you all out now at 320. Any advance on 320, selling all the while at 320 euro. This is for nothing, but I'll sell at 320 euro and sold. Thank you very much indeed. Well done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for all you Dub fans, here's something quite renowned, ladies and gentlemen. This is an O'Neill's football signed by the Dublin team, the All-Ireland winners in 2015. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very collectible piece again. All you Dub fans, come out now for this one. Okay, for this lovely ball signed by the Dub team, 2015 All-Ireland winners again. Quite collectible this is. Put me in one. Put me in a 500. 5, anybody in 5, 3, 3, 3, 2, anybody starting off at 2, anybody surely 2. At 200, anybody in the 200. Is there any Dub fans here tonight at 2? At 200, it's signed by the 2015 winning team at 200. At 2, I'm now at 200, it is on my left at 2, if I get more at 2. At 200, any advance on 2. At 200, bid on if you wanted a 2, and selling the ball at 2, if we get more at 2, you all out now at 2. At 2, just keep an eye on that side there, lads, is anybody winning at 2. For this ball, ladies and gentlemen, at 200, anybody, any advance on 2. I'll sell it 2, if we can get more at 2, bid on if you wanted a 200. At 200, I'm in now 220, I have. In the back here at 220, I have. 240, I'm in. At 240, come back out again. At 240, I'll sell it at the table here on my left at 240, you all done. At 240, any advance at 240, selling at 240. At 240, you all done, you all out now at 240, all out. At 240, you were last time round at 240, all done. Happy to leave it now. At 2, is that a bit somewhere? No, at 240. It's selling 240. Thank you very much indeed. Last item of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is an exciting air balloon trip for 2 hours in the Honky Dory air balloon for 4 people, leaving from Trim, County Meath, and viewing the stunning scenery all over Ireland. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is worth probably about 700 or 800 euro. Put me in 5, anybody in 5, 5, 4, 3, anybody in 3 for the air balloon ride for 2 people at 200. At 202, I'm bid straight away at 200, and I'm selling at 2 on my right. At 200 for changes on this side. At 200 euro, I'm selling at 2. If I can get them more at 2, but only be wanted at 2. At 200, you won't, and you will out now at 2. I'll sell them a lady on the left at 220 I have. 220 I have, 240 I'm bid now at 240. 260 right down the back at 260. At 260, 280. 280, 300. At 300, I'm bid now at 300. Is still for nothing at 300. At 300 euro, bid on if you wanted at 300. At 320 I have. 320 I'm bid now at 320. He shakes his head. I'll sell him a ride at 320. If I can get them more at 320, you all done. You're happy to leave it now. At 340, he's back for one more. At 340, you'll be there all the while. Don't lose it for one. At 360 I have. At 360 I'm bid now. At 360 you all done. You all out. It's well worth it, I can assure you. But I'll sell him a ride. The ladies bid at 360. If I can get them more. At 360. Happy to leave it now. At 360, the hammer is up at 360. Selling on my right. All done. At 360 euro. All out and all done. So, thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen.
My God, Jaron Evan, fair play to you. He says, I'm going to get through this quickly, Roland, but I never knew you'd get it through that quickly. And thank you all for bidding and getting that interest going, and also those who bought. Now, what we're going to do is, we have a monster raffle, but we're going to do that during the night, right? The lads are out there doing, selling tickets. We have 8 prizes. I think the list of the prizes are on there. Television sets, beautiful painting, all that, right? But, to start the evening, we're going to call on Ray Murtha, who is a country and western singer, and I think Ray needs to kick off the evening and get it going. In the meantime, we'll be selling tickets, and intermittently I'll be bringing up the winners of those tickets. So ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a warm welcome to Ray Murtha.